Alright. First up, gonna be working on this fella here. First up. Fuck, I forgot to bring down my other pallets again. God damn, man. Alright, first up, this color here. Yeah, so I'm gonna do Liberty Blue. That's a really old price. Don't pay attention to that. So I'm gonna do Liberty Blue, and I'm gonna get like probably my chocolate bar brown. I'm gonna wash all of this, make it like look older, and also give this a little bit more texture, and then highlight this. Oh, also clean my brushes too. So it's not as bad. When doing stuff like this, gotta make sure you angle it different ways, because you do pick up other stuff. Also, some places you think you hit that you actually haven't with any of your layers. Like, fuck. I just found a piece down in here underneath the arm that I thought I hit a couple times, but it was still white. Alright, so that's done. Sorry, setting up my chat there. Alright. Yeah, this is gonna need another layer on it. Like right in here is bad. So I need my concrete gray. I'm 90% sure this is the same gray I used. If not, then this is going to be very awkward. See? Leads me to believe this is not the same gray. So that 90% is down to 80%. Yeah, no, I guess this is technically blue. Am I just blind tonight? I think I might be blind tonight, guys. Huh, weird. So just gonna let those dry. What we're gonna work on next here is this guy is pretty much done, except for this piece down here. I didn't know what to color it as, but what I'm thinking of is doing gray, and then a dry brush of moss color, because it says that their layers are always slime filled, usually. So that's what I'm gonna do. But where are my dark grays? Alright, so we're going to be using my charcoal, which is very, very dark gray. And we're just going to... We're going to also hit the black base too. The reason we're going to do that is we're going to make it look like it's part of the stone. So it's not that big of a contrast between the two things. So it will look a little weird if you have a black base, like partial black, partial colored, unless of course that's what you're going for. There, see? So nice dark, almost black gray. And then, you know, edge highlight with lighter gray, and then let that dry, and then dry brush moss gray. Pretty simple to do. And won't take very long. So I think this might have been the color that I used before. Foolish color. Kind of has a gray tinge to it. But I need this color, because we got this fellow here. He's a royal elf type guy. And, sorry, this is annoying me. And, so, this is my character for D&D when I play. And he's an elf. He's an elf wizard, except he had a slight mishap in one of his spells, and his skin turned blue. So as the primer, instead of a gray, I'm going to be using this grayish blue. That way everything has a slight blue tinge to it. Because his primary thing is also like magic missiles and stuff like that, you know. Normally blue and everything. So he's going to be a very pompous assery guy. I don't want to clog up the detail too much. Because this is pretty much... I didn't even know about this model. But this is pretty much how my guy was. Minus, he didn't have a walking stick like this. He has like a full quarterstaff. That has a hidden sword in it. But, you know, this is pretty damn accurate to it. without getting like a custom sculpt from sites like Hero Forge. There. And now, I did have multiple big projects going there at once. And I was going to do these guys here, but they look very cartoonish to me. Like they're I don't know. It's very cartoonish. It seems off. And I just can't focus on that. So what I'm going to do is have this little feller. I've had him forever. So, let's paint him. Start off with, we're going to have to do mold lines, which it doesn't look like there's much. Yeah, there's actually not that much mold lines on here. There's a few down, like, where was it? Right here. But that's just hard to do. Like, if I do like that, I'm just going to take away detail. So the only other thing is, I always take this off. Not say like, not going to promote the company, which is Reaper Miniatures, but it's more of when I go to paint the base, that will then pop out really weirdly. So I always take it off. Well, at least try to. Alright, so this color, this one is, I think, oh, what am I feeling here? What color am I thinking? Green. I think he's going to be a green dragon. Hello, hello. I sent it away. Damn it, that won't work. The reason I did that was to see if it would fit in there. And the taps were to simulate. Alright, so we're going to need one of these guys here. Clamp on. And just hold it. So if it's green, what color do I do for primer? Do I want a lighter green or darker green? Sure, why not? Hunter green. Nice darker green. We'll do that. Sweeter place. Sweeter place. Once again, should have washed this miniature. Once again, I did not. But This is actually a really nice green, like just... But you don't want to do it too thick when painting, because then you lose all this detail. So that's why you see me rapidly like tapping in. So I just get a little bit on, hopefully a little bit on my brush. Sometimes I get a little bit too much. This is looking to be a very stereotypical dragon for some reason. I do not know why. Is my mind just autofilling and stuff, or is it like actually? That's a question of the day. It's actually a lot more to base coat than I thought. There. That actually sounded really well. That's actually not for my game at all. Pretty much right now, the guy that's like in a sarcophagus and the beholder are the only miniatures I still have left to paint for my game. Everything else is just for whatever. And then when I go to play in a game, that's what that other miniature is for. But all these other miniatures are literally just have painted, make content, have fun, increase my skill in painting. Yeah, look at that. Alright, so then I'll take a brown, like a... Where is it? Where's the brown? There it is. Alright, found it. So chocolate brown, which is this nice like muddy red brown. So we don't want to make too much, like I usually do. I want this more of an ink, so like a little thicker. And a wash. See, it kind of looks like mud. So I'm going to focus on the boots first. Just to make sure those get... And then what I'm going to do... This is going to seem weird, but... Hopefully it works. If not, then I'll just cover it up. But... If this works how I want it to... Then... I'm going to be very happy. If not, then I just added myself another couple layers to do. So the point of doing that... I don't know if it's... It's kind of like add a dirt layer to it. But the outside is not going to be dirty due to magical effect. See? So that turned out really well. Oh yeah. Hey MacBurry. How's everyone? I'm alright, how are you? So we're gonna be working on this guy here. Where's middle? Alright, so this is actually my favorite brush to use for dry brushing. I've been using this a lot, but this is just because I had lost this for a while. It is angled the right way that I just love it for dry brushing. That's one thing I hate is touching the frickin' miniature. Hey, no problem. Sorry you're bored, but always happy to entertain. As much as it is with me, myself, here. See guys, look at that. Look at that nice base there. Nice rock texture. You could go a step further and have even a lighter gray, and then do like even like more on the raised, but So the question becomes, do I do a wash for the moss, or do I do dry brush? Probably a wash. Dry brush, eh? So I literally have Highland moss that I'm just going to over it once it's dried. What's going on? You're not, well, beholders aren't nice thing. Here, have a bear. Okay, smelt chocolate bar. This one's gonna be very easy to do. Some miniatures you can get done really quickly. Some take a few days to do. You never want to rush yourself. Go at your own pace. Which is really bad for a DM that usually puts off painting his miniatures until the night before the game. Which is, you know, I may or may not have been doing. So this fella is just going to be a nice brown bear. The one bad thing about this paint, this chocolate bar from Apple Barrel, is it's very liquidy. I don't know why. So it usually takes a couple layers to paint something. But as a base coat, that literally took what? 2 minutes to do? Not even? Look. A nice grizzly bear. What's the name of the brown bear? I doesn't have a name yet. Do you want to name it? Go ahead and name it. Alright, let's see. This guy's actually going to be very easy to paint. I'm going to need a black wash for the scales. And a lighter color for the frails. I'm done. Ish. For the most part. Berry. Alright, it's berry. I forgot how to write a Y there. That says Bargy, but it's berry. It's berry. Bury the bear. Just gonna make a black wash here. There's still some brown left in there, but that's perfectly okay, because even if there's a little bit of brown that goes through, then that just adds a little, mud texture to it. It's one thing you don't really want to try, is to have your miniatures looking pristine. Like, you always want to add a little bit of detail to the armor, stuff like that, to make it a little chipped and everything, See, look at that. You can see a slight brown tinge to it. And that's a good thing. Because we're going to do this. Now you might be going, oh no! It's gone black! You're not. So this is all going into his little... This is something I learned in my last one I just did there. It's going to look a little weird right now. But it's going to be okay. So there's a couple ways you can do this. Let it dry a little bit and then take the brush and wipe off. Or the one I do. If you do it right, just wipe off. Uh-oh, that's not good. That is not good. So I just wiped off the paint. The green wasn't set on there properly. And so the green came off. Shit. Alright, so that was a nice little mistake. That actually might turn out rather well, though. No, it's not gonna work. Thank you for what? Naming the bear? No problem. Alright, so that's what the dragon looks like now. So that's just gonna be put in the back burner for tonight. Whoops. Tell me what to do. Lay it there for you. That's all for you. Alright. Alright. So I think what I'm going to do next is the runes on here. Which is going to be very easy. Provided I can find my paint. There it is. Alright. So, Gotta get out special brushes because we're using metallics. We'll be using blue sapphire. It's a very nice color. See, it's a very nice, rich blue. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to do the runes. Now, these literally are just in a different language, so you can have fun with making the runes. So you could go like, and then I just want to keep a lot on here, so and dot slash squirrely. Doesn't have to make sense. Doesn't. All it has to do is just look foreign. And don't drop it like I almost did. See. Let's go something like. Literally just mumbo jumbo. You don't have to. Now there's probably actual what's it called? Alphabets, I guess. I can't think of the actual word. I could look up and do, but you know, it's really just a scenic piece. If someone actually tries to study something like this, then you know, it's weird. But something what I can do is make an Easter egg. I could go there. Not the best writing, but it's fine. There. Veritas. Bonus points if you know what that means. Shit, what was it? Pet. Fuck, what? How is it? It's pet. I think it's how it goes. You don't get bonus points. Veritas, it's Latin for truth. Like just like I think it's patronum. Patrona is Latin for defense. There. And, you know, nice. I forgot this side. Shit. Let's see if I can actually paint this with this brush. Didn't really work out, but I was trying to make a pie slice. Yeah. And it's nice and shiny, so it looks like it's runes and everything. Yeah, for metallics, because something that I'll be using a decent amount of, I almost exclusively use folk art, just because they have really nice metallics. But the downside is, see, the downside is that they have legit metal flakes in, which is also the upside. So you have to use separate brushes. But yeah. So pretty much for everything I have, folk art. It's very nice stuff. Like, if I want magical weapons or anything like that, or like the runes, I use them because they have very nice paint. So for those of you, if you watch that are painting, don't be tied down to one company. I know there's a lot of people that will just use like GW or Vallejo or Army Painter or Reaper or P3. You know, find the paint that works for you. Like, I use craft paint and model paint. It's whatever works best. Alright, so the bear is drying. Oh, one thing I've never shown on stream before is this feller, which is a zombie hill giant with a sack of body parts that's like bleeding all over the place. Rotator cup. Alright. So, beholder time. Gonna do the moss. So we're just using Highland moss. And then we're just gonna, that's good enough there. I'm gonna get my dry brush. Just gonna So there. That is how easy it is to do a base. If you know what you're doing. So it looks like it's pure green, but you can still see bits of the rock pop through. So that way it's nice, thick, slimy moss. Alright, here. So, how's Mr. Bear doing? Mr. Bear, Barry the Bear, is going to need another coat. So, chocolate bar. And now, do we want Barry the Bear here? Do we want him to be a ferocious bear, or are we going to let him be a kind bear? By that, do I mean, do I need to add scars and blood marks, or are we just going to let him be as is? Because I legitimately have a color that is pretty much blood. I can easily add. The label actually is worn off to the point where I just put blood on it. There we go. I think I got all the parts I missed last time. Look at that. Look how nice a brown that is. Cuddly. Okay. Yeah, see? Look. I have a Vallejo game color, which the title rubbed off, but it's perfect blood color. Like when it dries, it looks like blood, like dried blood. So I just literally just... Okay. Oh, this is an interesting model. When did I get this model? Huh. Well, gotta take this off here. Just gotta get all these mold lines off. I should paint my T-Rex. Or my Triceratops. I need to put on our base. Oh yeah, I also need to paint some ogres too. Literally have a base of bases. Zapagap. My opinion, the best glue around to use for this shit. It works on metal, it works on plastic, it works on PLA, works on pretty much everything. And also, if you're using a hobby knife and actually cut your finger, like slip and cut your finger, just put a dab of this on. Boom. Instant sealed. Alright, this guy here. I need blue. This one, right here. So this is gonna look really weird, but there's a reason behind it. This is gonna be his skin color. Dragon blue. Well, there's a reason for that. Like I said, this is for my wizard in in the second edition game. And due to an accident, sorry, just gotta concentrate here for a second. Yeah. So he has blue skin. I think it's blue skin, gold eyes. I think was the magical outcome. Yeah, it's a very nice color. Where'd it go? Very nice color. Okay, so that. Hold on. Okay, you're gonna hear some rattling around. The reason for that is I have to look for a couple miniatures in my box of miniatures. Yeah, there's one ogre. There's another one. That's an ogre magi, an oni, but close enough. There's another bear I could paint too. A werebear with an axe. Alright. Pretty sure there's more in there somewhere, but for tonight, I'll just focus on these. Okay. Because if he was the person with an axe before he shifted, then he would just keep the axe. Hey guys, how's it going? Yeah, no, these are not from the same, I don't think, set. So yeah, there's definitely more in my box somewhere. See, I could easily just snip that off to rearrange this somewhere. So instead of like that, it could be like, or like, but a lot of these are in a really weird spot. But weird, I mean just to get a knife into. Alright. So this is just a broken piece of wood with nails strapped to it. That's interesting. Ah, goddamn. Mold lines in muscle is horrible. Wait. Shit. I don't have to do these. Never mind. Well, I don't technically have to do these for my game. That would be hill giants, not ogres. That I needed. And there. Sealed. There's a lot more defined muscles in here than the bear does. Well, I cut too deep. Ah! Ow. But anyone that is going to get into miniatures and stuff like that, definitely recommend Reaper. Definitely recommend Reaper. Very good. They're a very good company. They're pretty decent customer service. And all these white miniatures that I have, like all the ones that are like this, the white stuff here, they're all Reaper miniatures. The quality is pretty darn good. And then the paints that I use, these ones, MSP or, yeah, MSP, they're all Reaper. And I'm not sponsored by them at all. I'm just someone that's been in the hobby for a long time. Use a lot of different miniatures and stuff like that. There's also the Beholder that I have that I showed earlier. That's from WizKids. Those are pretty good. Deep cuts. Alright. So I'm thinking maybe a black bear for this guy. Maybe. I don't know. I never considered myself good enough to do commissions, so I cannot answer the how much. As for other people's minis, I've had a few people ask me to paint their stuff. Oh, I need a drink. Hold on. What is on that guy's face? Looks like something right here. Or it just might be a miscast. It might be a miscast, to be honest. Kind of weird. Look at how small the arms and legs are compared to the torso. This guy focused on torso day and just skipped arms and leg day, I think. He's like really muscly muscles. If you compare it to like this guy to one of these guys have like, they have decently defined muscles, right? This guy is like, he needs more water. I think this guy's a little dehydrated. I think I got most of the... Well, no, I didn't. He is going to be a pain in the ass to paint. I just know it. Got all the simplicity in Ogres weapons. Like this weapon Literally just a log split in half a little bit, a rock slammed in between, and then just leather stripped back up. Kind of interesting. It's kind of like the survival game stereotypical weapon making. Are we all just ogres in there? Is that what we are? We're not actually humans, we're just ogres? They only have 4 fingers. 4 digits. I just realized that. So this is gonna be interesting. These guys are like flesh toned. So it'll be interesting to. I think I have them all demold lined. I'm probably gonna find a few when I paint base coat them. Not gonna lie. Why? Because that's just how it freaking works. Damn. Oh, there it is. So we're just gonna use some warm white because that other gray that I used to use has been very chalky looking lately. I don't want to risk it for a biscuit. YouTube, if you're asking me if I'm still listening, I'm going to freak out on you. So please turn my music back on. That's exactly what happened. So it doesn't even look like I have a color on here, but that's perfectly okay. Because what a primer does is just kind of gives all your other paint layers a place to kind of grab onto. Whew. Alright. So the skin is actually really easy to do. I have quite a few skin colors that will be good for this. The problem comes with 1, the wash. And 2, just all the other detail. All the little details. Because they always have usually knickknacks on them. Like, to us it may seem like junk, but to them it's like, fancy. But probably a lot of like brown for leather. We have a lot of leather on them. Yeah. But then that's like tan and browns. That's like kind of gets monotonous. What the? Oh. This eye socket is weird. I thought for a moment there was no eye in there. There, yeah. Like ogres will. Oh man, what? It was either ogres or hill giants, but it's like in one of the source books. Like if you want random bag they have, and it's like we're all in here, and there could be like a half-eaten pig, like just like these random things, and it was just so funny. Because to us it's like what, and to them they're like yeah. Okay, so this time, what I'm going to do is let this dry a little bit longer before I give it a wash. That I'm going to rub at. Because that wash would have worked, I think, had I not fucked up and rubbed it too hard. Alright. There. Green dragon's back. One second, I'm just gonna look and see if I can find giants on my one box. There's one. And there's the others. Alright, there. Relatively easy. So, these are the ones that I was actually needing, because I needed something like that tall. Not that tall, that tall. So, those guys have been voted off the island. Alright, so here's the hill giant. And here's his get it. Very weirdly made. Oh, excuse me. So a lot of the miniatures I'll be painting. Look at him. He's a stick man. A lot of there I can actually put him in proper place. Hey guys, what's up? A lot of miniatures I'll be painting and everything like that are going to be coming in plastic bags. This is not their final packaging. A lot of the stuff that I have is from Kickstarter. I've backed their Kickstarters a couple times in the past, and it's just a backlog. So I have all them from a Kickstarter to do. So if anyone goes to buy any of these, they're gonna be in proper packaging, which are like blisters and everything, like plastic covering like this. That's what, like this. That's like type thing. It's interesting. So this type of stuff is what I use for my stir sticks. Like this. So this is actually a 40K sprue. So what you can do with this is just snip off here and like back here, and you just use the stir sticks. Works very well. See, that's the problem with Kickstarter. I just had to essentially just stretch it a little bit. But whatever. See? Fits pretty well in there. And it's pretty balanced. He's Thor. Waiting, waiting. Shh. Dookie. So that's the hill giant. But until then, because it's easier to demold line in pieces. So these guys are essentially just like gigantic. I think I said this before. Gigantic ogres, which is fun. Neat. It's like, did these guys and humans have fun too much and breed their own species? There's not a lot of mold lines on here. Which is good. He has a tattoo on. Yeah. That might have ruined his balance a little bit. Looks like he has logs. Looks like he literally has logs just strapped around his legs. Oh, okay. Drop there, drop there, drop there. There we go. Haha, his balance still works. And should I paint the cat? That's the question. Should I paint his kitty? His kitty kitty. That fits together really well, actually. The legs were a little gammy at first, but... Damn, son! Huh, not bad. Which is true, because these guys are like 16 feet tall. These guys are like 20-something feet tall, so... You were the worker as ever was. Okay, let's see. So that guy is drying. So you never want to, you always want to leave these guys, like you always want to leave glue dry for a little bit. Even though it may seem dried after a minute or so, always leave it dry a little bit longer. Because if any of that glue gets on your brush is gone. Weird. The fuck is this? That guy looks gruff. Better go. Oh, it's a little to level them out. Cool. Oh shit. It's actually very light. Alright. It's gonna be a lot easier to face on these guys since their faces are big, so big. Which is good. That's one thing I always struggle on is face. Face. And apparently speaking. Like facial features and stuff like that. That's always my downside. I almost scraped that off. Oh, because anyone's wondering, that's where their logo. That's where the print is. That was on the foot last time. Ow! Just stabbed myself. So if I don't hold it, that is a little bit there. So I'm going to have to hold this for a second while it seals. Or else that's going to be a very big gap that I'd have to go back and fix with green stuff later. This is a very nice miniature. Well, that miniature. Pretty nice miniature. I really need to get a fucking recycling bin down here. Torso's in 2 parts. Interesting. I've had to do sprues on these guys in a long time. Like normally Reaper does not have sprues. This hand though, this hand. Use the force, young one. Whoosh. Let's see, here we go. Butters up! Zoinks! Oh! Oh, his hand is like actually down. It's actually like interesting. You guys don't have much of the mold lines, which is nice. I just completely fucked that part up. I wonder what those are. They're not miscast. They look like part of the sculpt. I just don't know what they would be. Hey, no problem. Hopefully you got your homework done. Oh. All right. And there we go. So that's what I like about Zapagap here. It seals pretty quick, which if you fuck up could be a bad thing. But yo, it's a force look. All right. There is the 3 hill giants completed. Well, completed, glued. Why aren't you succeeding? Frames. I think my internet is crashing. With technical words. Ah, well, unfortunately, I'm going to have to end stream here because it looks like something is happening to cause me to lose frames. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to end stream here. I'm sorry I couldn't keep you entertained longer, but hopefully I kept you entertained long enough. Good luck with your homework there, Mac Bunny 101. I will try to stream later tomorrow. But for now, I'm going to have to call it quits. Thank you, everyone. Remember to follow on all social media and everything like that to stay up to date. If it doesn't seem like I'm posting lots, that's just because I will be. Don't worry. Shh, it's okay. But yeah, everything is in the information down below. Sorry for cutting it short, people, but yeah, my internet seems to be cutting in and out. Bye.